Hey guys, can y'all hear me? Can everyone hear me well? Got a few technical difficulties, something going on with StreamYard. Y'all please be patient with me. Don't mind me, I'm gonna do this video off camera anyway. So thank y'all for being here. We just have a few updates that I need to give you guys. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. It is hot as I don't know what outside. Good God, I literally just came in. I had to go into the office a few hours. Oh my God. So hopefully you guys are staying hydrated and staying cool out in this sun. But let's get into it. Of course, everything said in the video. Yes, you can. Okay. Everything is said in the video is alleged, in my opinion, and is used for fair use and entertainment. Let's jump right on in. First topic. Now, we talked about Ben Crump, child. Y'all know he's jumping in everybody's cases. Now, we've been talking about this case, and I'm feeling a little way about this because I feel like sometimes Ben Crump can bite off more than he can chew as far as focusing on getting justice on one case versus being an ambulance chaser. I said it before, right? When I heard he was on the Nolan Wells case, I was like, oh, Lord, because he didn't do nothing when he was on Shanquilla's case. Left that case hanging because it was too much work with extraditions and all this other stuff. But now he is actually going to be joining the legal team representing Daniel Irving. Okay, the 18-year-old that was said to have jumped off the bridge to go fishing with his white friend and this younger kid. And now Ben Crump and his team have jumped on this case as well. In addition to the Nolan case, in addition to all the other cases that he's doing. I don't know what to feel about this, y'all. So nationally renowned civil rights attorney Ben Crump has joined attorney Sean Deridia and Blaram Esmari in representing the family of 18-year-old Daniel Irving. The legal team announced that it will hold a press conference on Tuesday, July 14th. Okay, which was today at 11:30 a.m. in Dallas to call for a full, thorough, and impartial investigation into Daniel's death at Lake Ray Hubert. The family says that they continue to seek accountability, noting that nearly 3 months later, the only charge filed in this case is tampering with evidence. Now, I do agree that they do need someone to get on this case to get answers. But Ben Crump, I really feel like you need to focus on getting justice for Nolan Wells as far as your other cases that you're sitting on, and you've not gotten any justice for those as of yet. Okay. I think he loves these high profile cases because that keeps him in the limelight. He's been going around doing all this little press tour and all of this for the Nolan Wells case. I think he needs to slow down. I think he needs to slow down and focus on a case at a time. We have a lot of our Black youth that are finding themselves in situations where they do need legal representation, but I don't feel like Ben Crump should jump on all of these cases because you're not able to give the amount of attention that's needed on each case. It's just overkill at this point. You guys let me know what y'all think. I don't know. Moving right along. All right. We were speaking about Nolan. They finally announced that his funeral will be coming up here soon. It will be at a stadium. There's a lot of people that love him and miss him that want to go and honor him. His funeral is set for Monday, July the 20th. Okay. That is quickly approaching. That's next Monday. Okay. That's next Monday coming up. So yeah. So the Mississippi Coast Coliseum and Convention Center Commission has approved the use of the center for Nolan Wells' funeral set for Monday, July the 20th. Now, Executive Director Sam Volson confirms the commission is now in close communication with the family representative, finalizing service times, start and end details, and logistics before normal or a normal announcement goes out. It says that the case has drawn national attention. Tyler Perry has stepped in to cover all funeral costs, as we all know. So for those of you that want to go to the funeral, I don't know if you need a ticket or whatever. That's the location, and that is the date that they are planning to have it. So we'll be in like a coliseum, which will be plenty of space for all the people that love him and want to pay their respects for him. Okay. Shout out to Nicole. Everything on that. Coast Coliseum. Officials approved the venue's use for the funeral of Nolan Wells. Okay, so it sounds like it's going to be a very big funeral. A lot of celebrities, like I said, have stepped up and had some things to say. They may show up in support of Nolan Wells. Tyler Perry might show up. He's paying for the funeral. Who knows, right? We know Crispy Crump will be there as well, so he can get his shine, honey. He'll probably be sitting front row with the family. And yeah, I expect that. But nevertheless, that's the information on the funeral arrangements for Mr. Nolan Wells. All right, moving on. We have a news piece to give you guys about Nolan as well. We're gonna get all this Nolan stuff out the way, then we're gonna move on. According to Black Information Network, it said that we do not rush. So a lot of people saying that they felt that Jackson County Sheriff's Department was rushing their investigation for Nolan Wells, and that they were not arresting anyone as of now, which there's been a lot of tampering with evidence that we've seen. And they feel like a lot of the higher ups that's directly connected to this case, like judges, attorneys, and these kids being directly connected to judges and attorneys and people in high places, they're not in a rush to do anything because of their, I guess, friendship or their connections to these people that are in these positions. And I don't think that that's fair. We're already hearing that is a very racist town, just kind of almost like the Carmelo Anthony situation in Collin County, Texas. But he said that we do not rush. Sheriff says that Nolan Wells' family deserves a thorough and factual investigation. Of course, they're still waiting on the second autopsy to come through. Let's go ahead and get into what the sheriff had to say, John Ledbetter, for Jackson County Sheriff's Department. Let's go.
This recent week, we've got a lot of valuable information that has come from the public. We put out a call to action last week for that information, and it has been very productive for us. This recent week, we've got a lot of valuable information that has come from the public. We put out a call to action last week for that information, and it has been very productive for us. This recent week,
they've got a lot of valuable information, and whoever the information is directly connected to, if it's anything to do with some of their co-workers, I don't think that they're going to follow up on those leads because they don't want to lock their kids up. And that's just how I feel. And that's just my opinion. I feel like that judge, that Ashley, whatever her last name is, I don't think that they're going to grab her stepson up, knowing that he may be directly connected to this case, as well as other kids who are in this, and their parents being working in sheriff's departments and working in the courthouses. I think that they're not going to lock their peers' kids up that's involved in this Nolan Wells case. I just don't see them doing it. I think they're going to sweep some shit under the rug, and they weren't expecting for Ben Crump and them to come in and start pressing them on this and asking for a second autopsy. I feel like they were hoping to put undetermined on his autopsy report so that they could move on to something else and not have to talk about it. But this case has received a lot of national attention, where celebrities have now jumped on this. People like Tyler Perry has jumped on this, as we've said, Colin Kaepernick, and so many other people have jumped on this case and have made it a national case. So we're definitely going to keep our eyes and ears open on this. This is the Nolan Wells family deserves a thorough and factual investigation. They're saying that is exactly what they're going to be getting. He says that I think it's important that we do not put ourselves on a timetable, but I also think that it is important to be diligent in gathering all of the facts. Okay, that's what Sheriff John Ledbetter had to say. What do y'all think about that?
The only thing we've heard is what was suggested at the very beginning, before any forensics was done. Seemed like before any interviews or interrogation of any of the witnesses who were on the boat, and that is, they don't believe it's any foul play. They think it was an accidental drowning. That has been the suggestion. The only thing we've heard is what was suggested.
Y'all hear that? So now they're trying to just pass it off as an accidental drowning. After I told you guys, they said that Nolan was a very good swimmer. No one heard of anyone drowning. No one heard anyone screaming, asking for help. None of that. Nobody saw nobody drowning, but all of a sudden, everybody's calling at different times, and different phones, messages and stuff being deleted, accounts being deactivated, and people lying about the timetable of this pool party and all types of stuff. We can ready to get into some more information, but let's continue.
Nolan's family and friends feel like, had the roles been reversed, and that these had been 3 young Black men, and there was only 1 young white man, and he ended up dead, that the investigation would be much more zealous. Nolan's family and friends feel like.
All right, so y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? So we're still waiting for more information, guys. I've been combing the streets, but let's get into this, because I told you guys yesterday that this friend that came out to say that he was on the boat and that he knew Nolan. Remember the guy that came out, Tristan or something like that was his name. Nolan's parents say they ain't never heard of this guy. They don't know him. And I feel like this guy is coming out and giving out false information. This Tristan dude, remember the guy named Tristan who came out to say that he was the guy that was actually doing all this arguing on the boat, not Nolan. And he's known Nolan since their childhood, and they were friends. And he's Nolan. I said, that's a hot darn, like the mama already came forward and said it. So Nolan Wells' parents speak on the teen who claims to be a close friend of Nolan. Let's get into it, because now his ass got up here lying. The family said they don't even know him. They've never heard of him. They've never spoken to him. All right. He even said, oh, I spoke to the parents and da da da. They said, we never spoke to this boy. Let's get into it. Shout out to Tues Figaro. Okay, let's go.
He gave an interview saying that he was the one who was yelling in one of the viral videos that people have been questioning.
I just know I've lost my best friend. We did no wrong here, and we don't understand how we're getting so much hate behind it. We all cared and loved Nolan, and nobody wanted to see Nolan die. Nobody wanted to see his life be taken so short.
And said that it wasn't Nolan in the video, that it was him, and that Nolan met a girl that day that he really liked, even though he'd never, interacted with this girl before. Her name was Katie. Have you spoken to Tristan since Nolan's passing, and how are you responding to his account of what happened?
So first of all, we don't know Tristan. We've never met him. So to say, best friend, childhood friend, that's a bit of a stretch. We've never met him. He's never been to our home.
He gave an interview saying that he was the one.
Now, if you were to say that about Jalen or Javon, I would say absolutely. You could say that those are childhood.
So y'all remember Javon is the guy who did an interview with TMZ and was saying, why do I need to go to the police station? Like, why do they need to talk to me? Because you were there when he was on the boat. You could at least say, hey, I was there. I saw him get on the boat to leave the island. Okay. Hello. People are saying he was unalived on the island, that he stayed back on the island, but you're one of the people who said that you saw him actually on the boat leaving the island. So of course you would need to talk to authorities, right? Let's keep going.
Friends, those are best friends because they've been to our home. We know their family. We're close to, their mother. But this young man, I maybe high school, they started hanging out or, kind of been around each other. But again, we don't know him. And not to discount anything he has said, which of course, still trying to rule those things out. But I mean, he has communicated. He did offer his condolences, which we appreciate. And he did let me know about that tidbit, which of course, like I've been telling everyone, if you have any information, forward that over to the local authorities. Make sure also forward that over to our legal team as well, just to make sure that we're looking at everything. Now, if you were to say,
let me say this to the young man, not only does his parents, but some of his friends, they reject this notion about, he said, oh, he would just volunteer to stay. They're saying Nolan would never do that. So his friends are saying he doesn't really know Nolan if he's saying that Nolan volunteered to stay there. And we've had so many people now calling our call center saying where there was this argument and then 10 minutes later, there was another argument. But those people who have called said, no, Nolan was in an argument. And so now we have to continue to investigate to try to figure out everything that happened. But we absolutely do not accept that he volunteered to stay behind. Let me say this.
Y'all hear that? So the family say they don't even know who this guy is that's coming up here saying that he was this friend of Nolan, and doing all of these this Tristan dude who was doing all these interviews trying to clout chase off of this whole situation, right? Oh, that was me. I was actually in the video. I feel like it's a lot of clout chasing, and I feel like this is somebody who may be the friends of the guys who actually put hands on Nolan. And I just think he's clout chasing at this point. Like, why would you get on there and big yourself up to be like, oh, I know Nolan. Me and Nolan go way back since, middle school. And I've known him. I know his family. His mom was like, yeah, we don't know you. We don't know you. Sorry. Okay. So let's get into this post here. Let's keep going, honey. Let's keep going. We're about to get into the reality TV portion of the show here in a second, but let's get all this stuff out the way. Shout out to People Magazine. Now they're asking, did alcohol or rip current play a role in Nolan Wells' mysterious death? I don't think so. What the sheriff and local authorities are saying. So it says that as investigators continue working to determine what happened to Nolan Wells after the 18-year-old disappeared during a 4th of July trip in Mississippi, Horns Island, Jackson County, Sheriff John Ledbetter, is urging the public to be patient and to avoid jumping to conclusions. So now let me find out. They're trying to say this boy was drunk and then jumped out there in the water and the rip current then took him under and drowned him. Now they're trying to push this drowning, this accidental drowning. I can't, because how did this person, we've already talked about how that works. If he drowned, he has to have water in his lungs. He would have had to have washed up to the shore after a certain amount of days, not the very next morning, and he's laying right there just all clear, like as clear as day. And how is it that he got to that point on the side of the water after he was seen at a pool party? Like, we got to stop playing these stupid ass games, right? The boy was literally seen in pictures at this pool party. So now they're trying to debunk that and say, oh no, the pool party was days before that, all the way back in June, such and such. Like, no, it's already been established. A young woman already came forward to say she was even at this pool party for July the 4th, and Nolan was actually there throwing up blood by the basketball court and gasping for air because of an altercation that happened. And they took his phone and he was screaming, give me my effing phone. So how did he come from there, from this pool party, to laying on the side of the fucking banks? Like, we're not going to say it was no accidental drowning. And I'm trying to be patient and wait for this second autopsy, because I'm pretty sure if he was throwing up blood, it's going to be some internal injuries. Okay, but we're gonna have to wait and see. We definitely not gonna wait for them to be on no accidental drowning bullshit. I'm not believing that. Okay, we're not believing that. I'm right, yeah. They trying to piss me off today, y'all. We're not doing no accidental drowning. We just not gonna do that. Okay, we're not going to do that. And they're covering up for these rich ass kids who their parents is working down there at the fucking courthouse and at the sheriff's office. They don't want their friends to be on trial. They don't want their friends' kids to be locked up and their future snatched away with their asses sitting in prison for the rest of their life for unaliving this boy. That's what it is. They're trying to help cover this shit up. But I'm happy that they're going outside of Jackson County, Mississippi, and getting answers, okay? And that's the answers we're going to go with. But let's continue on. Let's get into Cardi B taking up her baby daddy with his nasty ass out here in this Blake Griffith case, okay? Cardi is going to be heard in a whole live, taking up for Stefan Diggs, which y'all know is her baby daddy of her son. So Cardi B calls out Stefan Diggs' male accuser for switching up his story multiple times. I think he's been consistent. Everything that I read up on, he says that he has hundreds of text messages from Stefan Diggs as well. Stefan Diggs has called his bluff to say, hey, drop those text messages. Well, why would he do that when you guys are in an open case and that is called evidence? He's not going to give all his evidence out to you while there's an open case when he's taking you to court. I wouldn't do that either. I would save it for court and put it out there then. Then after the case, if you want to put him out there to show that he was a motherfucking lie, then you can do that. So Cardi says that I never seen a man be obsessed with another man like that. You mean Stefan? You mean Stefan being obsessed with Blake when he's trying to lick him in the ear and taking his schlong out in the car and trying to allegedly sexually assault him, according to what Blake had to say? But let's get into this live, honey, because Cardi was popping off for her man, and she said she don't never be taking up for no ninja like that. But let's get into it, honey.
Really hate how y'all got me defending a nigga. Y'all got me defending a nigga that I'm beefing with. And I don't like that shit. Like, I really hate that. But I'm not liking how it's one thing for the internet to give false claims and report false news, but for credible sources and credible people that's supposed to be talking about credible shit, they're supposed to be doing their research to talk about it. I really hate this shit. I really hate how y'all got me defending a nigga. I don't like how people, everything has been on the internet from the beginning. This light-skinned albino came on the internet and told the story 3 different times. The first time was, oh, I asked this nigga for some money, you know, like he was my people, and he came and whispered in my ear, like, oh, you want the money, you got to do this, this, and that. Then when your story wasn't getting picked up how you wanted it to get picked up, you juiced it up and you spiced it the fuck up. And now it's, oh yeah, he pulled out, yeah, he was high and he pulled out his meat. You said two different stories. And what the crazy shit is that bloggers and people that's supposed to be making their research are not even doing their research to see how this man did the story two different sides, said the stories two different ways.
With all due respect, Cardi, your baby daddy was sleeping with this whole chef who done been out here telling your damn business. So you are looking real Riri right now. Cardi, I like you. But for you to hop up here and be on a whole platform taking up for Stephon Diggs, and this nigga done had babies while you were with him, and also messing around with this chef and found himself in a whole lawsuit with her. Now, do I feel the chef was lying about some things? Yeah. But it's just the fact that that was even a situation while you and him were supposed to be in a relationship, okay? This man had 3 whole babies, and well, 4 kids last year, including your child, with other women. And y'all supposed to be in a whole damn relationship. In a whole relationship. So we've already seen the video where Stephon Diggs' brother, okay, Duran Diggs, and his homies done popped up at Blake's apartment and attacked him and took his damn chain and probably his damn watch and some other things as well, allegedly. We saw the video. So what was that about? Because he said that it was in direct retaliation for Stephon Diggs and the fact that he was suing him and that he was taking him to court for this situation. So why is it that his brother go and settle his case for 10 mil? Why did he do that? People that are not guilty don't be settling. You can go to court and go through your case and not have to worry about having to settle. You can fight it if you're not guilty. Let's continue, child.
Then on top of that, I don't like how people, everything has been on the internet from the beginning. This light-skinned albino
child
came on the truth. That shit had me fucking going crazy. So imagine when somebody imagine a nigga being such a hater. You steal from somebody. You hate the fact that they didn't forgive you because you stole from them. You didn't like the everybody around your circle knew that you stole. So what you did, you went and you put the worst allegations, the worst allegation on a man. I never seen another man want to be involved so much with have those allegations with another man. Not only that, I never seen a man be obsessed with another man like that. Cause I got bitches and I got niggas obsessed, be obsessed. But a whole man that got kids obsessed with another man is crazy. And on top of that, pocket watching another man is crazy. Pocket watching a nigga career, pocket watching a nigga home. What? The truth, that shit had me fucking going crazy.
Let's keep going. So y'all hear Cardi keep taking up for her baby daddy child. Cardi, you already know what this nigga's into, okay? Like, let's not even do that. Let's not even do that. We know he's into that pink coquiana, and they say that pink coquiana is almost like ecstasy. It makes you do a lot of extra freaky things. And according to Blake, Stephon Diggs was trying to be extra freaky that night at a party where he gave him something and he was on some other shit like touching himself and trying to touch Blake as well. And Blake was not trying to reciprocate that type of action. Okay. And he says that Stephon became aggressive. That's what Blake said. I ain't say it. But let's continue on. It said, what about the 100 text messages and DMs between the two that he submitted in court? So it was just blank pages, right? Right. So then Cardi responds by saying he is not asking to get it dismissed. He said that where are you even getting that? For the whole point of suing is to go to court and prove he was lying. Said that this man did 3 interviews and changed his story 2 times and never provided not one receipt. But you right. Said wait until the trial start. If he has 100 text messages of conversations back and forth from Stephon Diggs to him, and there's something in there that directly connects Stephon Diggs to what he's suing him for, Cardi, I'm gonna need you to shut all the way the fuck up, right? I mean, you're gonna get you mad because that might tap into the money he's supposed to give you for your son. I don't know. I don't know why you fighting so hard for this fuck nigga that you chose over the one that you left. That was also a fuck nigga, right? We already know Offset was a whole fuck nigga out here. And you left that situation thinking that you about to have a better situation for a moist ass fuck nigga that you chose to have a baby with, that also had baby with 3 other bitches out here. And yes, I called him that. I'm not nice today. Sorry. I'm not nice today at all. At all. Y'all, this is so stupid. I'm not clapping this much for no ninja that played in my damn face like that. And you already said you beefing with him already. So Cardi, please pipe down. This person said that we're gonna believe you or the evidence. Right. So here she is clapping back in the comments at people because they have a comment. Like, do you not have a tour to go on? Like, how many kids do you have? Should you not be taking care of your children? Not to say that you don't, but I would not be arguing with total strangers because they have their opinions about a fuck nigga that you chose, right? So here she is. Cardi says that where is the evidence? There is no evidence. How do you know? So that you know what there's there's evidence of Chris stealing from Stefan and no evidence of Chris' claim. Oh, okay, Cardi. Well, we will have to wait and see how this pans out because Stefan Diggs' brother sure did hurry up a couple days after that damn video of him popping up at that apartment. He sure did go and cut that check for $10 million because he knew what his ass was gonna be sitting on, and that was probably another penis in the jailhouse down there. Mm-hmm. That's what his ass was about to be sitting on. Sorry, y'all, I had to close my door. But let's continue on. Girl. She over here clapping for this nigga like a mass choir. Girl, get out of here. Get out of here. You already know what you're sitting on over there with that fool. All right, arguing with strangers in the damn comments. Girl, I shall not. But let's move along. All right, let's get into this Tyler Perry case. All right, Tyler Perry said, I shall not be moved, honey. Y'all know the boys are after him. The guy is trying to get Tyler Perry to come on out and just admit that he, like to be booty hole on swole. And Tyler Perry said, I shall not be moved. I'm over here paying for funerals and shit. I ain't about to be telling nobody that I like, be booed up with men and spooning and shit. So Tyler Perry denies male accuser's claims that he refused the deposition to avoid sexuality questions. Okay, so the guy was like, prove to me that you weren't spooning with me and trying to touch me inappropriate by asking questions about your sexuality. Tyler Perry has said he denies to even answer questions about that. My thing is, if you're a straight male and you ain't got shit to hide, what's the problem? Right? What's the problem? That's the same thing I said about Freddie Jackson when Freddie Jackson said in his unsung thing that several people be asking him, is he a gay male or is he straight? He said, I don't have to answer to anyone but my mama. I said, that go to answer right there, because any straight man would be like, nigga, what? Don't you ever question me like that? Like, hello? They even get mad and offended if you try to call them something that they're not. So the fact that you beating around the mulberry bush, it's a straight answer. It's a yes or no. But let's continue on. Tyler Perry is firing back at the man suing him for sexual assault, accusing him of using legal pressure tactics after rejecting a multi-million-dollar settlement offer. Now, in new court filings obtained by TMZ, Tyler Perry's legal team disputes accuser Mario Rodriguez's claims that Perry refused to sit for a deposition unless questions about his sexual orientation were off the table. Now, Perry's side says that he'd already agreed to be deposed, and argues that Rodriguez's underlying theory that being attracted to men makes someone more likely to assault a man amounts to a harmful stereotype rather than a legitimate legal argument. Boy, come on now. Come on, my deal. Now, I said that according to the filing, the dispute escalated after Perry turned down a multi-million-dollar settlement proposal from Rodriguez, who then filed a motion seeking sanctions over the deposition standoff. Now, Perry's team characterizes that move as an attempt to damage his reputation and force a payout rather than a genuine discovery dispute. Now, in response, Perry is asking the court to sanction Rodriguez roughly $7,300 for what he calls an abuse of the discovery process. It goes on to say that the underlying suit filed by Rodriguez for $77 million alleges that the two met at a gym in 2015, after which Perry cast him in a film and later assaulted him during a visit at his home. He claims that claims that include an alleged apology and $5,000 payment following one incident. It says that Perry denies all wrongdoing, and his team has previously said that Rodriguez continues reaching out for years after the alleged incidents, only raising the assault allegations once Perry stopped providing him financial support. My thing is, regardless if he still was coming there, like he needed to work, obviously. Now, I wouldn't want to be around someone who actually assaulted me at all. Not sure what his reasoning for that was, if he did that. But my thing is, if you were inappropriately touched, because this is not the first time that we've heard some rumors about Tyler Perry probably indulging in situations that he might not have should have been indulging in as related to other males. All right. Let's not forget about, what's the guy's name? Shit. Christian Keys. Was that his name? Christian Keys? I think his name is Christian Keys or something like that. He was saying a very prominent, very rich male in Hollywood tried to touch him inappropriately and then offered him a brand new car and some money to not speak on it. But he said he had a special made pen that was a recorder that recorded the entire conversation, and that in time that he would tell who it was and all this other stuff. He had evidence. And let's not forget about, there was another guy as well that tried to say that he was inappropriately touched and or fondled by Tyler Perry as well. So we keep hearing these things about Tyler Perry. Now, it's great that he's doing all this stuff for like Nolan Wells and paying for funerals for Angie Stone. Like, we love that side of Tyler Perry. But do I feel like he is battling some other sides, maybe, that he probably don't want to get out, because then maybe he don't feel accepted in Hollywood? Y'all know a lot of times when people come out to say that they are gay or they speak on their sexuality, sometimes it will stifle their career to where people don't want to support them. Y'all know Tyler Perry does have a new movie coming out with the How Do I Get Married franchise, and some other things that he has his hands in. So, maybe it's kind of like how Queen Latifah was, that I think we all knew that she was that way, but for her to come out and make the announcement and say, hey guys, I just wanted to say that, I'm this person, or that my sexuality is this or that. She didn't want to do that because she did not want to ruin her career. And then people say, oh my God, I didn't know she was like that. I'm not supporting her movies anymore. I'm not buying her music, or I'm not doing this, or this. So a lot of times people keep those things swept under the rug so that they can work and survive and still be prominent figures in Hollywood, right? So maybe this is why Tyler Perry keeps denying it, because maybe he hasn't come to terms of who he is behind closed doors, right? We see him out with several women, but we don't ever really see him, like, he's never been married. I feel like this child that he had, from what I was reading up, it was from this girl who actually had a boyfriend, but it was like a cover story from what I was reading. Like, said the girl had a whole boyfriend, and Tyler Perry was pretty much kind of using that situation to, like, as a cover story, to be seen out with these women. But he's always seen out with women, but we've never really seen him like be in a serious relationship with a woman. I don't know. But I mean, it doesn't matter. If that's what he chooses to, that's the way he chooses to live his life, that's his life. But if he touched this person inappropriately, because this guy said he went over for some type of business conversation with Tyler Perry, it started to get late. Tyler offered to let him stay in his guest house. He said Tyler Perry came over to ask him, did he need anything? Was he okay? He then says that Tyler groped him and that he kind of got into bed with him and some other things. I was like, what the hell? But yeah, so we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. If he has concrete proof on all of this, then shame on you, Tyler Perry. If not, then we'll, I guess, move on to other things. What do y'all think, though? What do y'all think, y'all? We will see what happens in that. So let's get into our reality TV portion of the show. All right. Yeah, I don't really care if you gay or straight, that's your life. But, if you out here touching people inappropriate, that's where the problem comes in at, okay? Because that's where the problem comes in at. All right, now fans are debating whether or not Phaedra Parks is still needed on Real Housewives of Atlanta, child. Let's get into this. Baby, are they getting ready to get rid of Faye on the show? I mean, she didn't give nothing this season, and that's why they ran her from over there on Married to Medicine, because she wasn't doing shit over there, but looking in everybody's mouth and avoiding trying to talk about what she had going on, right? Now they're saying with, shout out to Mr. Housewives on this one. It says with the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 17 almost over, fans are already debating which peach holder should return next season, and Phaedra Parks has become a hot topic, you guys. Now, this says opinions seem to be split. Some fans believe that Phaedra is still an important part of the cast, saying that she brings balance, humor, and a different energy to the group. Phaedra kind of holds the, she does bring humor, okay? She does, what else does she bring? She is kind of like a bone collector, so to speak, too, right? And I think that she does kind of keep the bullshit going amongst the girls as well, because she's so sneaky with it, right? And she's going to throw in a few lies or two. And she wouldn't be Phaedra, she didn't do that. But let's continue. Opinions seem to be split, like I said. And however, said that others, however, say that they barely realize That she was even back on the show this season. I mean, yeah, she didn't really do nothing. She didn't have a storyline this season. She was kind of like a supporting actress to all the other bullshit that was going on. It says, as for me, this says that I think that it is a waste of space. Most of the time, she's making facial expressions, humming, or eating. And that's just not enough to justify holding a peach. Now, she's not a married woman. She does have a huge house, and she is a very accomplished businesswoman. Phaedra has been on the Real Housewives of Atlanta for quite some time, okay? But she, do you guys feel that Phaedra still fits the mold of what a Real Housewives of Atlanta housewife should be? Y'all put it in the chat. Put a 1 if you feel Phaedra Parks still meets the mold or still makes the mold of what a Real Housewives of Atlanta housewife should be. She's not a married woman. Like I said, there are different attributes that makes a housewife. And I just feel like, she has the business part of it, but she doesn't have a man. And I don't think Phaedra talks about her dating life or, because she's supposed to be dating some younger guy, I read. We don't hear her talking about her personal life. And we would like to hear about that if that's what she has going on, right? We would like to see that. You and Apollo are divorced now. So you getting your kitty cat, soaked somewhere. Someone is spraying something on the kitty. I don't know. Someone is giving the kitty a bath over there. So we would like to know who this person is, right? Someone is giving the April showers to the kitty cat. Let me stop. Yes, honey. Okay. So that says, in my opinion, Phaedra has lost the spark that once made her one of the franchise's most entertaining housewives. They said, sorry, Phaedra, but you are a dried up prune, honey. You have gone from a peach to a dried up prune. Damn. Said that maybe it's time to trade in that peach for a spot on the Golden Life over on not the Golden Life. I thought they were about to say on the Golden Girls. I said that ain't even on TV no more. Let me see. I found out they about to put Phaedra on the syndicated episodes of Golden Girls, child. Damn. Phaedra, girl. The people are not feeling you, Phaedra, okay? Because you ain't sharing nothing. You ain't sharing nothing, girl. They said you are boring us, and I agree. What do y'all think? D-Nice. Oh my God, Phaedra. So the people are asking, child, according to Real Housewives polls, it says, is Phaedra Parks needed on Real Housewives of Atlanta? I don't know, child. This person here says, no, all she do is make stupid, silly faces. She needs to work for the damn circus, not the circus, child. Oh, they are ragtagging Phaedra, Lord. So another person says, hell no, she only be on the show. The only thing she do on the damn show is saying, okay, and okay, oh, child, it's a bunch of bullshit. Says she can damn leave because she ain't bringing shit. I know that's right. This next person said, you know what? At first, I was going to say no. However, I do like her role on the show, hashtag Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she's forever hilarious. She is funny sometimes, all right? Some of her little reads do be funny, but as far as Phaedra sharing her life, I feel like she needs to step it up if she's going to stay on the show, right? Or come on down and be like Cynthia and be a friend of, right? Go and let somebody else come in and want to share their life and go ahead and be a friend of, okay? I know it's going to be a little less of a check, but baby, you'll be all right. Barbie in the Shadow says it required she's a whole vibe, okay? All right. Jamal Speaks says it, wait, Phaedra's on the show? I ain't even damn noticed. That was some shade, wasn't it? Damn, that's I didn't even notice Phaedra was on the damn show. That's just how boring her ass was this season. Ciao. All right. So this person, Caleb, said no, but back on seasons 3 through 9, I would have said yes. Said that she is not Phaedra anymore. She's not. I think Phaedra feels like she doesn't have to work because she's like an OG on the show. Like, oh my God, I've been here like all this time, and I put in my time and I put my work in, and I don't feel like I got to work as hard as the other girls. But girl, you do. You do. All peach holders got to work, honey. They got to show their business because that's what we tune in every damn Sunday to see. If you're going to share your business, then step it on down, right? All right, so this person, Dee says that yes, said I'm watching because she's there. But what are you watching? What do you watch? It's like paint dry, girl. You like watching paint dry? Go off. This next person, Rudy, says that no, said that 2 years on Married to Medicine in Atlanta, yet nothing memorable, right? I can't remember shit memorable except the fact that she was about to get her ass beat by Apollo's new wife on the show, and she hurried up and got the hell out of there. She brought nothing. They tore her ass up over there on Married to Medicine. She said, let me hurry up and get back on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and ain't do shit when she got over here. Now, I said that y'all ask the same stupid ass question every week. Phaedra's money is long. She has history with some of the women in the group, and she knows how to have a good time and plans trips. said that you want her to spend $70,000 on teeth and cry about her finances. That was shade towards Kelly. Now, we're not talking about Kelly. We're talking about Phaedra. Oh my God. How Kelly get into this about her $70,000 teethers? Damn. All right. So this Lee Monet had to say, child says, hell no, they don't want Phaedra on the show. They said she is not divorced a reason, and she brings absolutely nothing to the damn group. She can damn go. She also fails to tell people the truth when need be, right? I told y'all Phaedra keep a good little lie in her pocket, girl, just in case she got to pull one out on your ass. She gonna keep a good lie on her. All right, so Just T podcast, okay, says that absolutely everyone except Kelly and Shamia, LOL. Child, Kelly and Shamia can leave too, for all I care. All right, because she ain't do nothing but cry all damn season like her ass was at a funeral any fucking way. So let's see. This person says love her down, but I'm not seeing it for her. She's bringing nothing. The majority rule, everybody say you bring nothing, Phaedra. So, girl. This next person says yes. Okay, is Phaedra Parks needed on Real Housewives of Atlanta? This person, Chloe, says yes. She brings a fun touch into the group with the subjects to talk about. Phaedra is hit or miss, okay? Phaedra is hit or miss. Some scenes she is like quiet, she's withdrawn, she's just like, in her own world. And then some seasons, some episodes or scenes, she kind of step it up and she's funny, she's reading down, she's throwing a little subtle shade under her breath and whatnot. It might kind of make you be like, damn, what Phaedra say? And you gotta get a little cackle and it's funny. But for the most part, I don't feel like Phaedra has really shown up this season. I just don't. So another person is Phaedra needed on Real Housewives of Atlanta? Said that she adds no value, but to just sit there and laugh at everything. Ooh, Phaedra. All right, another person says no, she plays it safe and pack her up. Not pack her up. Damn. This next person says that she doesn't clock in like she should. Said that Kenya is the only one who makes her work. Ooh. So is that like a plug, a shameless plug to bring Kenya back to make Phaedra earn her peach? Oh my. All right. Another person goes in to say that in any of the seasons when she's needed, shade. Okay, so y'all sound off. Do you feel Phaedra is needed on the show? Do you guys feel that Phaedra should bump it on down to friend of, or should she keep her peach on Real Housewives of Atlanta? Sound off in the comments. Let me know. All right. Let me know. Now, of course, y'all know all this mess has been going on between Porsha and Shamia. The people seem to think that Shamia is being bullied for some odd reason, and Angela Oakley has spoken up. So let's get into what she had to say. All right. According to No Chaser, honey, the person named Black to the Bone, child, not Black to the Bone, said that y'all like y'all bullying. Says y'all look like y'all are bullying that girl, just piling on and whatnot. So Angela Oakley responded by saying, I hate that you ignore the rocks that she's thrown. Leave it to Angela Oakley, child. Said that they've become invisible rocks, and it looks like we're responding to nothing. Oh my God. So Angela Oakley has broken her silence and responded to some viewers regarding Porsha Williams and Shamia Morton's issues, as well as her own issues with Shamia. So a lot of people are calling Shamia out. And of course, y'all know she and Porsha in this last episode had a huge knockdown drag out where they brought their mamas into the situation and was even clocking their mamas coochie mouths on the show. I said, oh my God. And that has definitely made Porsha up and read Shamia down. And I got some more reads, child. Did I upload them? Because Porsha is still out here acting a damn fool. Hold on, y'all. Because it was another read that Porsha done put out there since the first one. I said, damn, Porsha. Let me find out, girl. Hold on. Let me see it uploaded. Child. All right, hold on. Because baby Porsha is out here Porsha in, okay? Porsha is Porsha in. Child, she done pissed Porsha off. Porsha, I don't give a hot damn. Like, it's up and stuck. Every time she think about that shit, she reads Shamia ass down. I know Shamia home in the fetal position, just crying her ass off behind this. All right. Gerald over there speaking in Nigerian and shit. All right, so let's get this back up. Hold on. All right, so I'm gonna bring that up here in a second. The other read down that Porsha had to say. But let's go ahead and get into what these people are saying, child. Now, this person Tanaya said that you couldn't wait for Porsha and Shamia to argue. That's all you and Drew been waiting for, you hater. Said even if they're not friends, said that Porsha will never be your bestie. Was she asking for her to be? Who's in a hurry for Portia to be their damn bestie when they see how she treated Shamia? Girl, sit down. It says that Angela Oakley then responds by saying, contrary to this, I wanted them to speak as friends. Now they made up, then Shamia up and told Britt more information. Okay. So it looked like they were going to be good until Shamia up and opened her mouth again and then stirred the shit pot up. And now everything is funky again. Shit. So this next person, socially distancing, says right and said that people seem to forget that Britt revealed to Portia and Phaedra how Shamia showed her private text that Portia sent about her therapy sessions of all things, child. So then Angela Oakley, as you guys can see here, all exclamations in red, like she's agreeing, like, girl, what you said, all of that, right? So then Tanaya, this person Tanaya came back and said, y'all act like it, but y'all really do not want them to be friends. Said that y'all love seeing them go at each other's throat. Y'all not fooling me. I mean, we don't. It's not that we love to see that. It's just that that's just what it is. And as viewers of the show, we're going to watch it because it's entertaining. I don't know. It's entertaining. It's messy. We love that a little bit, right? So Angela Oakley responded by saying, honestly, we don't. It's toxic. It's not fun and can become boring. Said, I appreciate moving on though. All right. So this person here tonight, girl, you are too invested because you have now commented like 3 times. You are very much invested over people that you don't know, that you will probably not meet. And Portia don't give not a half a slice of a fuck about you. So she says that, sister, that's your problem. You're too invested. But you are invested because you're arguing with her. She don't even know you, right? Said that that's what Shamia has been saying all season. I'm glad you finally admitted that you don't want them to be friends because it's too toxic and boring. Mind you, that has nothing to do with you. Laughing my ass off. Girl. So Andrew responded by saying, girl, we don't want them to fight. It's toxic. Now go on and stop responding to me. So Team Twirl Marching says that mind your business now, said that you and Drew are really coming off this season as the lapdogs for Portia, and all y'all said that's all y'all accuse Shamia of being. Said, and I hate it because I really liked you last season, Angela. And Angela responded by saying, why does anything against Shamia have to be for Portia? Like, I can hate her without even involving Portia. That's pretty much what you're saying. So Team 12 responds by saying, ma'am, she's literally said Ma'am, she's literally said that she'd up your husband and she called you a big bird. Now you're yucking it up. Not yucking it up. Now you're yucking it up with that bird and y'all appear to be doing her dirty work. Not yucking. I ain't never heard nobody say yucking it up. What is that? Says, so Angela responded by saying, what did your favorite say exactly? Said that you think you know? You have no idea. Says, wait until the damn reunion. That's what I can't wait for, the damn reunion. So this Team Twirl person says that my favorite ain't there, but I'm always objective regardless. So she must like Kenya. That's probably who she like. So Angela Oakley responded by saying that y'all running with the narrative. All she did was laugh. Says, I literally ran downstairs in real time to confront people talking. Child. So this Latrice person says, girl, I didn't, and I don't even damn care. That's on you. Says that don't care if you engage or not. We are not on the same level. Ooh, not on the same level, girl. Angela Oakley then responded by saying, why make accusations against me if you don't care? Ooh, that's a read. All right. So this person, T-Bone, says that what's your point for wanting to expose Shamia? Why? Says that why are you so invested in her cooch, child? Why are you invested in her coochie mouth? Says, and don't say that she spoke on your marriage first because they all did. And I said, I don't even like this for you. Don't be that weirdo to have a gotcha moment. Know when to fold them, girl. So Angela says, expose or respond. I says, she said, it gets to a point. Why accuse my husband of anything while living in a glass house? Oop. Said that I've tried to move on and it continues to this day, girl. Damn, they are ragtagging her. So this person, Naj, says that no, Shamia was immediately vindicated after talking to George's wife. Like, stop it, girl. So Angela came back and said, babe, that's not where it ends. So you just stop. Oh, girl, they are getting spicy in these comments. My God. What do y'all think about that? These fans be going back and forth. And Angela, girl, you are a star in here, girl. You should not be going back and forth with total strangers, right? Girl, know your worth in here. Know your worth. Do not argue with bottom feeders. These are bottom feeders, girl. All right. Moving on, honey. Oh, Lord. First they want Phaedra gold, now they are arguing. All right, let's get into Carlos King. Now we pulled this clip from Messy Mondays where they talking about Portia and the Shamia situation. So let's get into this because baby, this is juicy. All right. Yes, God. Juicy is one of them damn peaches that probably ain't gonna be there next season. Let's see. All right, so the highly anticipated Real Housewives of Atlanta recap is up now, where the panelists Carlos, Claudia, Dustin, and Blue discuss the fallout between Portia and damn Shamia. Let's get into this bullshit. Portia versus Shamia. Shout out to Carlos King, the reality with the king, honey. Let's go.
Someone says to you, and they're being honest, hey, friend, I know you want to work with me. Listen to this through not the lens of demonizing anybody, but just being objective. Hey, friend, I think you're talented. You're beautiful. You're funny. You're smart. You have a great personality. You can sing. You can act. You can dance. You are a literal star. You have all these things going for you. You and I fell out because of what was happening with our mothers. We just got back together as friends at a moment where I'm going through a divorce. I'm at a moment now where I've lost everything. I need something to be mine. You see how there's no insecurity in that? It's actually a reasonable fucking boundary, right? I need something to be mine. And I know because you're a star, I need an ally. You're not an ally. You're another star. I actually need an ally right now. And so I tell you as my friend, do you know how much courage it takes while you're going through a divorce and public embarrassment and found on Twitter that you were getting left to have a friend come back and she's offered the show and you got to admit to her that you ain't got it to give? Do you know how much courage it takes to be that honest? Wow. Love it or loathe it, it's honest, right? I need something to be about me right now. I need this to be about me. And because you're a star, I don't think you're built to be an ally. I need an ally, but you're too big to be an ally. I tell you that to your face. In that moment, you have three options. This is me stepping into my coaching back for a second. It's not even about the reality show. Your first option is to admit that you don't like it. And we have an uncomfortable conversation about what that means. Admit that I set a reasonable boundary and you don't like it. That's the first option, right? I was honest and you're honest back. The second option is to fawn, which is a form of covert manipulation. To pretend you're cool with it while feeling a way about it the entire fucking time. Now the seed of resentment has been planted. I'm thinking I warned you and we're good. Whole time you feel away, but are pretending to be a part of the program.
That's deep.
Right? That's the seed of lie that creates resentment even when you're a good person. Because if you lie to yourself and then you lie to me, the entire premise of the next 11 years of me thinking, you know, I only want you as an ally and you agreeing, hoping I'll change my mind, not knowing I meant that shit. Wow. It means over years, your resentment starts to grow like a weed because you lied to yourself and then you lied to me. Wow. But now you've convinced yourself, you've made up a story. Well, a good friend would want me to have this. Your friend told you she didn't have it to give though. Well, a good friend, you start making up all these fairy tales, forgetting she told you she didn't have it from the very beginning of this fucking relationship. And now you lying to yourself and me meaning what the fuck I said has now turned me into a demon in your eyes. You think I'm a selfish, entitled monster when whole time I know who I was at the beginning and I didn't lie to you.
Only problem with that.
Man, Blue, you ate down, baby.
If someone says to you,
Blue not ate down right here. The way she broke that down. And that's exactly what's going on between Shamia and Portia. Portia really within her heart did not want Shamia to be on this show, but she pretended out loud because she didn't want to look like the villain or the friend who was not being loyal. And that's exactly what the fuck it is. And she continued to lie to herself until when it was time for her to really, really tell the truth out loud, she couldn't do it. It was staring her right in the face. And Shamia was like, you said that to me. Yeah, you said it out loud to Andy, but you didn't mean that shit. And now that she's on the platform, you treat her like shit. You treat her like she ain't even in the room. Oh my God, Blue girl. Thank you, Blue. Blue broke that shit down. Let's keep going. I love her on this show as well. Shout out to Blue. All right. Shout out to Blue. She did that. Did she not say that? Oh, she broke that shit down. Portia, I hope you saw that video. All right. So let's get into this. It said Claudia's take on Portia and Shamia arguing from Monday's Night Live. Let's get into it. All right. Because I like this too. Y'all know Claudia mouth is a little... Let's get into it. Let's go.
I think it will come out later that, like, I just think that Portia is a much better reality star than Shamia. I think Portia made a great move by making up with Kelly in front of an audience and making everybody think that it's Shamia. That's the problem, not me. Look at me. Look at I'm even cool with her bestie now. She's icing Shamia out where there's no allies and there's no one left for her to feel like she has an ally. And although Kelly's still gonna be her ally and a friend, I've seen this happen in girl groups before, and it sucks if you're that person that's Shamia. Because the more you complain and say, no, she doesn't really mean that, you guys. She doesn't really want to make up with Kelly. She's being fake. I know her. I've known her the most. You look like a fucking bitch. You look like you're a hater. You look like you won't let it go. You look like you're petty. And who knows what the real truth is. But I'm just saying, as an outsider looking in, I've seen this mean girl shit in groups before where you're like, you know what? I like you a little bit. I hate you a little bit less than the other girls, so I can stomach apologizing or making up with you because I don't got real beef with Kelly. Kelly and her Portia shit was surface. It's easy to make that up. So Shamia's seeing that. And she's like, I know her. I know her. This is just she's taking everything as it's a hit to her. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I understand in that moment how Shamia feels.
Y'all, I said that this morning in Car Chronicles, that the way Portia spent the block and apologized and had that mushy moment with Kelly, who she don't even fuck with or like. It was all calculated in order to do that shit in Shamia's face to be like, look, bitch, I can apologize and make up with your friend, but I still ain't fucking with you. Now sit over there and salivate over me being cool with your friend, who the person who you call friend, who you saw me not like, and no, I'm still not going to apologize or acknowledge you. Shamia said it herself. How is it? And she said it in one of her confessionals. How is it that Portia can sit up here and so quickly forgive my friend Kelly, but she cannot forgive me? She's still holding on to shit about me. Like even Shamia clocked it that Portia was on that type of shit, that she could sit up here and apologize after she publicly said that Kelly was out here sleeping with a married man. And they hugged it out and had the whole kumbaya and all of that. Kelly cried, even Portia cried. And Shamia was sitting there like, okay, my turn. And Portia was like, okay, let's go. Like, let's go find something else to do. Like, no, I'm done with this. I'm done making up. I have nothing for you, Shamia. Like, she totally ignored the fuck out of Shamia. So did y'all clock that?
Is Shamia right on everything? Hell no. She got her shit with her. And she did go low on a few things, 1,000%. But she is like someone backed into a corner who feels, damn, before I had 3 friends on the show, then I had 2, then I had 1. Now I'm all alone totally. Now she's going to really pop off. She's going to pop off because she has nothing to lose now. She is alone on an island. No matter what she does, people going to say she's fucked up, she's wrong, she's an asshole. We can't stand her. She's doing it for clout. And I think that was a masterful thing that Portia did, reality show-wise, to make up with Kelly in front of the group. It makes Shamia look crazy and like she's imagining shit. And look at Portia over there. You know,
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Portia been on TV long enough to know how to study the game. A lot of people say that Portia is slow. She is kind of slow, but when it comes to manipulation, Portia got that shit down pat. I'm gonna tell you right now, because she manipulated the shit out of that scene when it came to Kelly, and Kelly didn't even realize how much she was being manipulated. Because I hope she realizes that Portia is waiting for the next time to strike and call your ass out and embarrass you. Because Kelly, she really don't fuck with you, Kelly. So please don't think that you found a friend in Portia because she had a mushy moment with you. Oh, she's waiting to strike again on your ass because of who you directly connected to. And the fact that she's called Shamia out now, and the fact that she's made it publicly known that she don't see it for Shamia's ass for real now. Oh, she gonna have guns a-blazing for your ass. Believe that. Keep going.
She's the bigger person. That's what I
think. Bet on that. What y'all think? Oh, sound off. We're going to get on out of here, though, but let me look at some comments before we shut it down, honey. Deborah Holder says that I do not believe that Shamia brought this one on herself, said that it were only going by this season, if I were only going by this season. Okay. All right. Lies More Lies says that, yes, Claudia definitely doesn't like Portia, but Portia did good and let Shamia show her hand, said that she was mad with Portia making up with Kelly. Oh, she was absolutely mad about that shit. Lakia Jackson said that I would love to get some BTS because something is not adding up to me. Yeah. Deborah Holder says that well, Claudia, we know how you feel about Portia. She don't like Portia. She does not like Portia. They still have not reconciled since Claudia was on the show, right? And Portia ignored the shit out of her. So Lies More Lies says that I agree. Claudia too said that I think they're both right. Claudia is just saying Portia played Shamia and she fell for it. And she did. She absolutely did. Portia knows how to play somebody. Look how she did Simon. He's still ready to get her ass behind that. So Tam C says that I wouldn't want to be friends with either Portia or Shamia. Said that I would hang out with Portia to have fun, but she could not come to my house, nor would I confide in her. I don't even know about the hanging out part. I don't know. I'm all about energies. I do not like to mix energies with people who I know are calculating and on some fuck shit. I just don't. I can't. Like as soon as my spirit pick up that you on the crazy shit, I just cannot do it because I just know how I am. Okay, I can't be fake. I'm not a fake person. Whatever you see in me, that's what you get. So I can't be around you and be fake. Like, oh yeah, I know she's full of shit, but let's hang out. Nah, I can't do it. Deborah Holder says that when Portia was married to Simon and took a year off, said that why didn't Shamil go to Andy then about being on the show? Because even Candy said that Bravo wanted her on the show. Yeah, maybe she was at a different place in her life. I think Shamil was at a point trying to have a baby and all of that too. And I think that she was dealing with the whole, I don't know if it was around the same time as her baby girl who was sick, or the surrogate was carrying the baby or something. I think she may have been dealing with something like that. So it may not have been the right time for her to come on the show, being that she was dealing with all the things that she was dealing with. So yeah. Naya Bless says that I wouldn't want any friends like Portia. Drew says that she always do break it down. Yes, honey, Blue be breaking stuff down. I like Blue. Let's see. Deborah Holder says that it was said at first that Shamil did not have a peach because Gerald did not want her on the show. I'm confused which one is. Now, Gerald did say he didn't want Shamil to initially be on the show, and I hear that he did offer her up to the tune of $50,000 or somewhere around that to turn down being on the show and to stay home and be a housewife. She chose not to do that, and she wanted to be on the show and get her peach. I don't know if she was just trying to prove to herself that she could do it, because, and I'm not saying that she has to sit at home now that she's married and have these kids, because women still go out and work and still have their lives. Even celebrities go out and still work and do movies and things like that, even though they're married and have children. But at the end of the day, if your husband is asking you, being that you're a new wife and you have a sick child at home, maybe take a little time off and, kind of listen to what your husband is asking you, because obviously he doesn't want to be on the TV. And we said it this morning. It's like Shamil kept trying to force him into scenes, and you could tell he didn't want to be there. Like, he's uncomfortable on camera. Maybe it's just not a good idea. You don't want your marriage to go under trying to prove something to somebody, right? If Andy is okay with you having a peach, like he told Candy, I'm sad that you're leaving the show, but if you ever want to come back, because you left this impression, then I'm happy for you to come back whenever you want to. So maybe if Andy were to leave the door open for Shamil like he did with Candy, then take a little time off and focus on the things that's important to you, that's going to keep your marriage intact, your business ventures and all the things, because you're not hurting for the money, right? You're not hurting for the money. You don't need it. And as far as the clout, I mean, you've already proved you have that now. You have your string of fans of people that like you and support you. So I don't know, maybe step back a season or two and focus on that and have this baby that your husband is asking for. Because God forbid, I don't want you to come back and lose your marriage over trying to prove something to some people that don't really give a fuck about you. Let's keep going. Tam C said that Shamil wants to be in the spotlight and in them streets. And she's always outside. Always outside and always taking girls trips too. That's another thing, and nothing wrong with that. Shamil is always gone, and that could be very bad when you're in a marriage like that. Let's see, she likes the lavish lifestyle. She does. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with liking the lavish lifestyle, but you got to dial it down some. You can't still live the same way you did when you were single. When you're married, you got to tone that shit down some. Hell. Lakia Jackson said exactly. Everybody's saying Shamil wants to be everywhere, but in the house. Said the baby, I will be home relaxing. Okay. I don't know camera in my damn face day and night, child, 24 hours a damn day. If I'm a millionaire and I'm comfortable living in a $9 million home, unless I just absolutely want to. All right. It's not like Portia. She's not like Portia. Portia was telling the people down there at the bank, honey, can y'all wait till the show come back on so I can catch up on these payments on this house? She ain't like Shamil is not like that. I'm pretty sure her house is paid up, right? So yeah, y'all are not the same. So Tiffany says that, wow, now the ladies are arguing with the fans. Girl, yes, y'all see that? Say yes, Portia is definitely jealous of Shamil's life. I feel like that a little bit. Overton says that if Shamil's life is so lavish and her marriage is happy, why does she keep running after a friendship that's obviously over and want to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta? What is she getting out of it? Ooh, great question. All right, Tiffany says that I'm seeing a lot of, which is crazy, right? It is crazy, batshit crazy too. Lakia Jackson says that Shamia is not a deer stuck in the woods. Either her hands are just as dirty. Because why did you have to bring that out when we all know that could have gone to pee? Meaning Portia. I agree, but sometimes it's easy to air a bitch out on national television and let them know stop playing in my damn face too, right? Because I feel like she's been sitting back watching Portia play in her face, and we don't even know what's been going on off camera, right? All we know is what we see on camera. We don't even know what the shit that's been going on off camera between the two of them. And maybe Shamia just got to her breaking point, like, bitch, I'm tired of you fucking playing with me. Now I'm gonna go ahead and air you out in front of everybody on national television so that people can really see who the fuck you really are, right? So hey, maybe that's what she felt she needed to do in that moment. Even Portia was shocked. Hell. Now, did it cost you a forever friendship? Probably by doing that. So, yeah. So Stacey Lane said that Portia is jealous of Shamia because she is very lavish, or has a very lavish life, and she's married, in my opinion. Stacey Lane said that Portia went wild on Twitter last night. Yep, I'm about to show y'all the message here in a minute. Said that Portia don't want to see Shamia shine and don't. So y'all watch out for those types of friends. Tiffany Thomas says that these shows has reached an all-time low. Damn sure did. Did I see Marcella in here? Did I see Marcella in here? You guys keep commenting. I like this. I like the interaction, okay? Lakia Jackson said exactly she's scared of getting fired again if she pushes too hard. So tread lightly. Yeah, she better tread lightly. All right. Said if Phaedra would only be interested if Apollo was on there. Why would Apollo come back? Y'all want to see Apollo back on the show? I would like to see who she's dating, because she is dating someone, a younger guy. I saw it online. And Phaedra, I don't know why the hell she like to always hide her dating life and who she's with. Girl, that would only spice it up, give you a storyline, make you more interesting. The people are saying they don't want you on the show. Show who you're with, right? Tam C says, in my opinion, Phaedra has been careful since season 9. She also said she has a very good relationship with Apollo's oldest son. Y'all know Apollo has a grown son who looks just like him. We shared it here on my show. She allows Apollo's son to come and pick her 2 sons up and interact. So she trusts him that much. And she said that Apollo's son comes to her house and babysit her kids, like when she has to go out of town or has to do something. So she trusts him like that for his son to come over and interact with her in her home. She won't even let Apollo come in her house, but she lets her son, Apollo's son, come over and stay like weekends or weeks at a time with her kids. So that's just how much she is in favor of Apollo. So she said he's very responsible and she trusts him. She said it in an interview. Matter of fact, it was on this past Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, if you guys want to go look at it, right? She absolutely said it. So yeah, maybe bring him on the show as like a part of your storyline. You're not fooling with Apollo, but you're really cool with his son. So that would be great to see in addition to Apollo, since you don't want to film with him or have no interaction with him. It would be great to see, in addition to Apollo and him interacting with the kids, and then show who you're dating. That'd be a great storyline for Phaedra. Said if Phaedra do be humming her head. She do, don't she? Phaedra be full of shit. What up, Marcella? I thought I saw your name popping up in the chat right over here on the screen. What up? She said, I'm here. And she said, oh Lord, I'm blocked. Girl, you are not blocked. Okay. Cut it out. You over here acting like Phaedra now, damn it. Okay. Now you are not blocked. Not yet. Now. Let me stop. Now, I only block people when they act up real bad, okay? When they want to come up here and be acting a fool and arguing with me and saying all kind of shit, yeah, that's only when I block. We time out people, and child, if you get blocked over here, you really did some crazy shit. So no, you're not blocked, but welcome. Thanks for being here, okay? Marcella is a content creator. You guys check her out, okay? Lakia Jackson says that, is she still dating Apollo's friend allegedly? Nah, she's not with Shep anymore. It's another young guy, because I saw some pictures online. I should have put them up here. But said, is she dating Apollo's friend Shep or whatever his name is? The kids call Uncle. Nah, she's not with him no more. She ain't with Shep, but it is a young guy. He's a nice looking guy too. So Phaedra is over there getting dug out, but she ain't talking about it. Oh, she getting her back cracked. Yeah, she getting scoliosis over there, but she ain't talking about it. Naya Bless says that, yeah, bring Apollo's son. Yeah, that's a great idea. Shit. Bring Apollo's son on. He looks just like Apollo too. He looks just like Apollo. Stacey Lane says that no money don't make us happy. It don't. Deborah Holder said that his son was on Real Housewives of Atlanta and Phaedra when they played basketball against the Lakers. Was he? I missed that. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. Vicky Benson says that we want to see the pictures. I'm gonna have to dig them up because I do have them. I'll dig them up, and then when I go live again, if I find them before I go live again, I'll share them. All right. Yeah. So y'all keep commenting. Okay. Let me see. It was one more thing I need to bring up. Let me see. Let's put this last read down from Portia Child, because Portia is out here Portia-ing it. Portia is out here reading the girls down and acting up on Twitter. Like, she is really mad and out here calling people bitches and whatnot. Let's get into it, child. This damn Portia. Now, Portia is currently vacationing in the Bahamas with her girlfriend, Sway the Pro. They are in the Bahamas right now. But girl, she had time to stop vacation and enjoying her time to read her bitch down and whatnot. So I'll show y'all the message again. All right, for those of you who didn't get to see it, as you guys can see, x.com is Twitter. So Portia, that's her. She's verified. Says, wait, just catching up here in the Bahamas. Okay, say, yo, I can't believe there are actually people talking about my mother and mentioning my daughter in a negative way. Was this really worth it? Says, Shamil took this way too far. Now, you are not innocent while you got people discussing my mom because of a lie that you told on the damn show. Now, if we're going to discuss it, let's keep it between us. Says, now let's discuss you, my dear. Sleeping with your manager who's married to one of your high school friends. Oh, my God. As well as a pastor indicator who's 100% on your roster, along with many more. Not many more, child. Girl, that's girl. Let me find out that Shamil is a thought monster out here. So let's continue. Portia was not done, honey. As you guys can see, honey, that's Portia up there again. She was not done over there on Twitter acting a fool, girl. So this is recent. Portia said, I don't know why bitches see me as competition when I never saw them as shit. Girl, now you did, because you and Shamil were friends for over 20 some odd years. Now you want to be in here saying that the girl ain't shit and it's competition. I don't think that she sees you as that, because we all know that currently Shamil is living a lot more, living a lot better than you are right now, Portia. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, you behind on mortgage payments and she's over there living lavish. Shamil, I think, is in because I follow Shamil too. Shamil is in I think Shamil is in England or somewhere. I just saw she and Kelly are in England doing something, some type of business stuff, right? Yeah, they are in the UK right now, you guys. I saw. But yeah, what do y'all think about that? Portia Child is out here Portia. Y'all see that? That's Portia for real. 18 hours ago. This was on her stories on Instagram. I saw, because child knows it. I said, what else you say? So I went over there and girl, what we see, this is what she posted. So 18 hours ago, this is what Portia posted. I don't know why bitches see me as a competition when I never saw them as shit. And then this one right here, which got the internet on fire, child, where everybody's talking about this shit right here. So we're gonna have to see if this dies down or if they're gonna keep going back and forth, child. But y'all know what y'all think about it, because baby, the girls are fighting. Okay. Oh my God. Let me know. All right, well, we're gonna get out of here, guys. Thank you guys for joining the live. We appreciate you all for being here. Shout out to all the content creators that stopped by. Of course, shout out to all my top flights for being in the building. True TV Podcast, Rose Armstead and Tiffany Thomas. All right. Thank y'all so much for modding and doing a great job. Thank you, Marcel. I see you for stopping by. All the content creators, love you guys down. Let's go ahead and get out of here. I hope you guys had a wonderful time and enjoyed the show. Until the next one, let's get out of here, guys. I'll see you later on our later video to come. Keep your notifications on. Please check me out on all publications on the Caramel Rail. Also subscribe to our backup channel, Rail's World. Okay, love you guys. Bye.